We're at Green Canyon High School in North Logan in the Den, where the Wolves are getting set to take on the Stallions of Stansbury. Green Canyon coming into the night 13-7 overall, 7-4 in region play, third in region 11. Stansbury at 8-12, 5-6, fifth in region 11. Thanks for joining us, everyone, on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. I'm Eric Olson here with you tonight as we get ready for the second to last Friday night game in the regular season. One more week, two more regular season games after tonight. So teams getting ready to solidify their RPI rankings and see where they're going to sit when it comes playoff time. This Green Canyon team, number 15 in the RPI, means they probably get a home game in the first round, but we do have three more games to play. We'll see where they end up as it plays out here over the next couple hours and then in the next week. These two teams met earlier this season. Stansbury thumped Green Canyon. They led by 13 at the half, 15-5 to start the game in that first quarter, and they ended up winning 56-37. Tegan Johnson, the big guy for Stansbury, 13 points, 14 rebounds. He's the number one rebounder in Stansbury history in a season. And he poses a problem for everybody. He's 6'9", and he's not 6'9" and skinny. He's 6'9" and push a truck out of the ditch big. Dallin Jensen had 13 points and 6 steals for Stansbury in that game. 12 team steals for the Stallions. Porter Hinton with a nice line of 12, 7, 5, and 2. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Cash Bodden with 11. Graydon Wheeler had 13 and 7 for Green Canyon in that game. Gavin Crane, the only other Wolfpack player in double figures with 10. Gavin Erickson, 7. Seth Anderson, 5. Carter Etherington with 2 and 5. One of his least impressive performances, he's kind of been, Carter Etherington has been on a little bit of a tear down low. And we saw him last week. Green Canyon loses at Skyview, but Carter Etherington had a whale of a ball game, and he's been playing well ever since that game. In fact, he just passed Jude Haig for the all-time season rebounds, 153 at Green Canyon. So we got a couple of big guys, a couple of big rebounders patrolling the middle for both of these teams. Stansbury comes into this game tonight. They've lost 4 out of their last 5. They beat Deseret Peak in that 4 out of 5 losses stretch. There's only 3 seniors on this Stansbury team. They are young and they are up and coming, but they've kind of been inconsistent, what you'd think of as a young team. In that stretch where they've lost 4 out of 5, they lost by 3 to Ridgeline the other night. Mountain Crest got them by 22. Skyview got them by 5. Bear River beat them by 9. They lost Wednesday at home to Ridgeline, as we just mentioned, down by 11 going into the fourth. They outscored Ridgeline 16-8 in that fourth quarter, but ended up losing the game by 3 points. Porter Hinton with 15, Cash Bodden with 14. Tegan Johnson had quite the line, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals for Stansbury. Green Canyon, they've won 5 of 6. Their loss was at Skyview, the top team in the region, 10-1 Skyview in region play. They beat Mountain Crest Wednesday, 56-54. They outscored Mountain Crest 14-6 in the fourth quarter, going into the fourth down by 6. And they come away with the win to avoid the 2-game losing streak. Gavin Crane, 21 points in that ball game, about half a point more than his season average. He's one of the top scorers in 4A. Gavin Erickson with 14 and Carter Etherington. The big 3 in double figures as Etherington had 13 points in that ball game. There's some records to keep your eye on in tonight's game as we go along. Gavin Crane, we were talking about season numbers here, right? Best seasons in school history. Gavin Crane is third in blocks right now. He needs 15 for first. Jackson Drysdale has that one, but he only needs 3 for second place, and he's got 3 more regular season games in the playoffs to do that. He needs 10 rebounds to get into the top 5 of rebounding seasons for a Green Canyon player. He already sits in the number 3 spot. He got that last year. He needs 4 points for 4th place all-time in highest scoring seasons. What is it going to take for him to catch Jude Haig? Well, he needs 44 points for 3rd, 54 for the 2nd best season. He needs 185 points to pass Jude Haig, who got that last year. And you look at it, Crane averaging 21.5 a game. Tells you what kind of a season Jude Haig had last year. If he still needs 185 points to catch up to Haig. Carter Etherington passed Haig, as we mentioned, for all-time season rebounds, 153. Talked to Coach Logan Brown, and I asked him about that last game where probably one of the worst games Green Canyon had played. By far the worst they played in region. And he said, you know, they were aggressive and we were not. We got out-rebounded. He said, we pride ourselves in our rebounding. We don't get out-rebounded. In that game, we got out-rebounded. We were out of sync. We shot 26%. It just wasn't our night. We're going to be dialed in tonight. He said they've got to, Green Canyon, keep an eye on Big Tegan Johnson. He said, boy, he got us when they were down there. He crashed the boards. He does crash the boards, and we expect him to crash the boards tonight. And then he went on to talk about Carter Etherington and talk about how well he has played since that last game. When I asked him about guys that have really had good seasons that maybe they'd hoped would have a good season and maybe better than they expected, he talked about a couple of different guys. He talked about Graydon Wheeler, and he talked about Keaton Crosby. Crosby said, man, his last 2 weeks have been hard to beat. Energy and boards, and Wheeler, he does right things. He does the right things all the time. We don't win some of the close games we've had without him. And when asked about, of course, Gavin Crane, he said he's Mr. Consistent. He's got the best defender from every team in his face every game. He's really elevated his game. Well, the drum line's out on the court, getting ready for the national anthem here at the Den. After the anthem, the starting lineups for Green Canyon and Stansbury.
Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America.
For Green Canyon, this is their last home game of the season, last home game regular season. It's senior night for the Wolves. 5 seniors for Green Canyon.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and the guns bursting in air gave proof that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and of the brave.
Welcome to the Den at Green Canyon High School in North Logan, where tonight Green Canyon will be taking on Stansbury. The Wolves come in at 13-7, 7-4 in Region 11, play in 3rd in Region 11. The Stallions from Stansbury, 8-12, 5-6 in region play. They sit in the 5 spot. Eric Olson here with you tonight as we get set to watch these two teams tangle. Green Canyon lost to Stansbury at Stansbury by 20 points earlier this season. They have this one circled on their schedule. The worst game, at least in region, and maybe the whole season for Green Canyon. They shot 26%. They were out-rebounded, out-hustled, out-physical, out-everything. Coach Logan Brown does not expect a repeat of that here tonight. It's senior night in North Logan. Stansbury's going to go with Dallin Jensen, Ethan Miller, Porter Hinton, Cash Bowden, Tegan Johnson. 6'9" senior Tegan Johnson. Keep an eye on him, one of the top rebounders in the state. Gavin Crane, the 6'7" senior, 20.5 points and 5 rebounds. Will get the start for Green Canyon along with Gavin Erickson. 13, 4, and 3 for the 5'11" senior. Braden Wheeler is the Swiss Army knife. He does everything right, says his coach. 6 points, 4 rebounds. He's 6'5". He's a senior. And Carter Perry, 6'3", junior, will run with them. While Carter Etherington, senior, one of the 5 seniors on this team. He gets the start as well, averaging 9 points, 8 rebounds per ball game. Tegan Johnson and Etherington, that's a clash of the Titans tonight. Johnson's a little taller than Etherington, but they're both built very well. Johnson averaging 10.8 rebounds per game. Etherington's fifth in 4A in rebounds. Erickson is 6th in 4A in three-pointers. Gavin Crane 5th in 4A in scoring. Dallin Jensen is for Stansbury's 5th in 4A in threes. Tegan Johnson, number 1 in 4A in rebounds at 10.8. He's number 3 in blocks at 2.5 per game, while Dallin Jensen is number 2 in steals at 2.9. Stansbury, adept at thievery, and will purloin any ball they can get their hand on. 12 steals as a team the last time these two teams played for Stansbury. Now they list Johnson at 6'9". He's stepping in there with Crane at 6'7", and they both look about the same size. Crane a little more slender, and you see Etherington and Johnson down there in the paint. We'll keep an eye on that tonight. Which one of those two will own the boards? They go to Etherington right away. Pulls his way in and scores, just like he did at Skyview last Friday night in a game we had right here on the Valley Channel. Quickly the other way comes Hinton. Here's Jensen. 12-3. 3 and 3 is his lines. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, almost 3 steals per ball game. And Green Canyon really applying the pressure. Ball knocked away and a foul called on Perry. A little bit too much body contact on 32. Coach Peyton Daystrup in his 3rd year, 18 and 47 for Stansbury. Talking to his players saying, don't get caught there. Don't get caught there. Hinton will inbounds. In the backcourt, he goes to Miller. Miller looking for the screen from Johnson. Jensen holds. Hinton spins into the paint, takes a bump, can't finish, and they call him for a walk. He took that bump and knocked him off balance, took that extra step, so Stansbury turns it over late in the shot clock. And the Wolves have the basketball, leading 2-0. We've played 1 minute and 10 seconds here in this first quarter. Perry to Etherington, hands off to Erickson. Straightaway 3, too hard off the back of the iron. Rebound coming the other way is Miller. Miller's got a screen from Johnson if he wants it. Johnson rolls, he doesn't give it to him. Now Johnson and Bodden come to him. Bodden working on Erickson in the paint. Fadeaway is short. Ball hits the ground as Etherington was blocking out Johnson. Shot won't go for Hinton. And Erickson throws it right over Wheeler's head and out of bounds. Erickson a little late on that throw, and he turns it over on that pass. He looked like he lost control of the ball just a little bit coming down the lane, saw Wheeler late. Good idea, but the timing was off. Still 2-0 Green Canyon, just under 6 minutes to play in a game just underway here at Green Canyon. Tough look there by Miller as he was caught underneath the basket. Here's Wheeler in the middle to Etherington. Etherington beats the big guy down court, and then he leaves that one short, and it's rebounded by Bodden. And a foul on Wheeler. Second team foul on Green Canyon, and they've got pressure again. Baseline drive by Bodden, up, under, in. Cash Bodden was cash money on that one. Wheeler, baseline drive, little teardrop goes. 4-2 Green Canyon. Now Stansbury doing a little bit better against that pressure. Baseline drive, laid up by Miller. Tied at 4. Green Canyon gets up the court in a hurry. Crane leaves it under for Etherington. Etherington puts it up and in. Put his shoulder over into Johnson's chest. And Etherington has 4. Johnson, since he had that shoulder in his chest, really couldn't go up without fouling. And Green Canyon back on top, 6-4. Three on the way from the near side. Won't go. Rebound right back to Hinton. Hinton misses again. Ball on the floor. Just about said ball in the dirt. Erickson behind his back. Down the lane. Everybody swiping for it. And one for number 1. You see Stansbury, they're ball hawks. They're always going for steals, and they're good at it. Crane behind his back just across midcourt. Down the lane, everybody swiping at it, and then he gets bumped, the hoop, the harm. And the first free throw of the game for either team on the way from Gavin Crane with a chance to give his team a 5-point lead, and he does. 9-4 with 4 minutes to play in this first period. Green Canyon on top. Hinton and Miller play catch with it out front. Miller uses a screen. Short shot clock. Hinton goes down. Gavin Crane takes it away from him. Now we're going to get a jump ball, and it's going to go over to Stansbury's. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3:40 on the game clock, 5 seconds on the shot clock. 9-4 Green Canyon. Jensen into Johnson. Bodden back to Jensen. 3 on the way, won't go too hard. Rebounded by Wheeler. Here we go the other way. Crane with the catch and the swoop. Misses. Etherington keeps it alive, but Johnson's there to scoop it up. Bodden working against Crane. Crane shuts him down. Hand it off to Hinton. Hinton with that little rocker step got stopped and then gets free again, puts it up and in. How he got that one through the big guys is a mystery, but he did. It's 9-6 Green Canyon. The clock slides under 3 minutes to play in this first period. Wheeler in the corner. Bodden with the closeout, so he has to give it up. Seth Anderson in the ball game now. Wheeler, 3, won't go. Rebound, grabbed by Etherington, working against Johnson. Hooks it up, misses, and then he fouls at the other end. As Hinton got in there and snuck that ball away from him. And Etherington picks up the foul. We saw these three-point shooting woes against Skyview from Green Canyon. They had trouble finding the range. Josh Bruff into the ball game, number 4 for Green Canyon. He and Seth Anderson, number 0, came off the bench early. Crane goes to the bench for a rest. Hinton, corner, down low to the big man. Etherington recovers and then blocks it. Rebound on the miss. Rebound again, fought for. And Tegan Johnson up over the back of Etherington. Johnson plays with some emotion. We saw that. We saw Stansbury. We've seen Stansbury a couple of times here on the Valley Channel. I think it was against Ridgeline. That was an interesting ball game as well. They've got a pretty good sized big as well. And Johnson plays with some fire. 3 on the way by Erickson. Got it. Green Canyon's doubled up Stansbury, 12-6, 1:40 to play in the first period. Hinton has it go through his hands. Grabbed out of there by Crosby. Erickson down low. Etherington's there, a lot of contact, no foul. And it's grabbed off the floor by Tegan Johnson. Bodden drives in against Crosby, leaves it short. Smallest guy out there picks it up. Anderson across the timeline. Corner by Erickson. Pull up for a 3. Got another one. Erickson with 6 points on back-to-back threes, and it's a 15-6 ball game. Walk. One extra step by Ethan Miller, and it's a second turnover for Stansbury. 9-point lead for Green Canyon. 1:03 to play in a fast-moving first period. Erickson with a hot hand, back-to-back threes. Down low, Etherington gets a step inside off Johnson, and then the help comes. Erickson picks up an errant ball and puts it up and in. Gavin Erickson is Johnny on the spot in the first period for Green Canyon. It's a double-digit Green Canyon lead at 17-6. Coach Daystrip says slow it down. 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And Hinton will dribble it between the circles, back and forth. Miller in the corner, Jensen in the corner. Johnson comes up to set a pick. Give, go, shoot, miss. Rebound by Crosby. Excuse me, that's Crane. There's Crosby. 3 from the lefty. Good! At the buzzer. Keaton Crosby buries the third triple of the first period for Green Canyon. And the Wolves howl out to a 20-6 lead here in the Den over Stansbury. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Well, do you have a fencing project you want to get to in the spring? Something that maybe it's just a small one. Maybe you've got a large patch of property you want to get a fence around. Maybe it's your yard. I don't know, but the person to call, if you're wondering, is Custom Fence. I don't know why you would call anybody else. They've got decades of proven experience. They have tailored fencing options, and they've got broad reach with a personal touch. They can do whatever you need done. Doesn't matter how big or small. Go to customfence.com and request your quote today. Custom Fence, a Game of the Week sponsor. Skyview's at Mountain Crest tonight, Bear River at Ridgeline, Tooele at Deseret Peak. In other 4A Region 11 action, it's 20-6 right here on senior night at Green Canyon. Green Canyon coming out on fire. They lost by 19 to Stansbury, down at Stansbury. I think maybe they've got that on their minds here. They get out to a big lead early. We mentioned the other games going on tonight. Logan is hosting American Heritage in 3A action. Perry back into the ball game. He and Wheeler out top. Here's a near steal by Miller. Erickson got away with it. Cross-court pass, Perry to Anderson, 3 on the way, too hard, rebound, ripped out of the air by Johnson. Starting 5 on the floor for Stansbury. Miller fakes a 3, rhythm dribble, can't get it to go, and it's rebounded out of there by Erickson. He's fouled. Stansbury getting aggressive defensively, trying to make something happen. Probably getting a little bit frustrated as they have been stuck on 6 for a long time. They trail 20-6, 14-point deficit for Stansbury. 7 minutes to play in the first half here at Green Canyon. Crane to Erickson, stepped on the sideline, out of bounds. Turnover, Green Canyon, their second of the night. Stansbury only 2 turnovers as well. The difference in this game has been, well, the difference in any basketball game, making and missing shots. Stansbury's missed theirs, Green Canyon's made theirs. Zone look for the Wolves. Johnson comes up for the high post screen for Jensen. Jensen gives it off to Hinton. Now gets it back. Bodden, 3 ball on the way, too hard. Johnson there for the board. Put it back up with the left hand, and it rolls in. Tegan Johnson with his first bucket of the night. Loose basketball on the inbounds, and Erickson comes up with it. 12-point lead for Green Canyon. An 11-0 run to end the first quarter. Perry, 3 won't go. Everybody in black blocking out on that one and coming down with the board. Jensen, nifty ball handling, gives it over to Bodden. Bodden fouled by Wheeler. And for Graydon Wheeler, that's foul number 2. He's the first player on either team to get into any foul trouble. Bruff is going to replace him. Etherington getting set to check back in for Green Canyon as well. Free throw won't go for Bodden. First free throws of the night for Green Canyon, for Stansbury. Green Canyon has 1. Gavin Crane had a 3-point play. Anderson and Wheeler take a seat. As Bruff and Etherington come into the ball game. He misses both. Johnson taps it to himself as he out-jumped Etherington for it. Miller starts left, comes back right, banks it in. So a little 4-0 mini run by Stansbury, and they've pulled it back to a 10-point ball game, 20-10. Erickson has it poked away from behind. Hinton lays it up and in the other way. Timeout, Logan Brown and Green Canyon. As their 14-point lead is down to 8. 2 turnovers in the first 2.5 minutes here of this quarter. Things are getting interesting on the game of the week. You know what? I love the Friday nights in these gyms. I love the football games in the fall. I love the basketball games. But it gets loud in here. And I've got these headsets on with a microphone, right? So I'm hollering in my own ears. Everybody around is hollering in my ears. Sometimes I worry a little bit about how's my hearing doing? And I know that if I get to that point where I'm really worried about it, I know who I'm going to go see. It's going to be Paul Daines at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. He's board certified. And if you're worried, you're wondering about the hearing aid technology, well, today's hearing aid technology improves your life. It improves everybody else's life around you. You're back in the game. Go see Dr. Paul Daines at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology if you're worried about that. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, a Game of the Week sponsor. Green Canyon at the back end of a 6-0 run by Stansbury, and their 14-point lead is down to 8. They ended the first period with an 11-0 run. Stansbury answering. Under 5 minutes to play now in the half. 20-12. Green Canyon. Crane. Determined drive that time from the left side. He lays it in, and now he has 5 points. That's back out to a double-digit lead for Green Canyon. Jensen, baseline, kicks it out front. New into the ball game is Ryder Meyer. And the three goes. Erickson leaves it off for Etherington. He loses it. Turnover. 4 turnovers now for Green Canyon. They still lead 22-15. 3 on the way. Won't go. Perry outraces Jensen to it. Coach Daystrip thought Jensen got pushed out of the way. Erickson for 3. Short. Rebound fought for. Johnson comes up with it. Etherington tried to tap it to himself off the backboard. He tapped it a little bit too hard. 7-point ball game. Stansbury trying to come back from 14 down. Jensen another 3. This one won't go. And Johnson taps the rebound over. Myers 3, too long, and rebounded by Erickson. Watching Johnson and Etherington go at it, man. Hey, something else. Crane gets to the rim, and he'll go to the line. They're going to call it on Cash Bodden. His first team foul on Stansbury. Green Canyon with only 2. They've let him play tonight. It's 3:19 to play in this first half. 22-15 Green Canyon. Now 23-15 as Crane makes his second free throw of the night. One more coming for the number 5 scorer in 4A. 20.5 points per game. Last time these two teams met, Crane had 10 points. With 3:19 to play in the first half, he has 7 in this one. Back out to a 9-point advantage for Green Canyon. They've led by as many as 14. Crosby going for the steal. Hinton comes up with it, and one coming for Johnson as Gavin Crane was late. Switching over. You got to help the helper, and Crane was late getting there, and he picks up his first foul. Now Tegan Johnson with 4. And a free throw to try to make it a 6-point ball game. He misses, and Erickson loses it, and Johnson comes up with it. 5 turnovers for Green Canyon, 4 in this second period. 2:50 to play in the half. Hinton gets all the way to the rim. Stansbury has ratcheted up their aggressiveness here in this second period. And Green Canyon needs to meet it. They've been outscored 13-4. There's a foul. And they call it on Johnson or they call it on Jensen. They call it on Tegan Johnson, his second. So big number 53 with 2 fouls now. Third team foul on Stansbury. Erickson looking at a 3. Up and around, won't go. Etherington mistimes that board, but he's able to tap it out to Anderson. Crane to the rim, off the glass, in the hole. 9 for Crane. 7-point lead with 2 minutes to play for Green Canyon. 2 minutes until the half. Stansbury's cut the Green Canyon lead at the quarter in half. It was a 14-point lead for Green Canyon. 20-6 at the beginning of this quarter. And Stansbury has responded. And now it's 26-19. Eight on the shot clock. Hinton denied, more by the rim than by Etherington. 1:25 to play in the half. Hinton all up in Anderson's grill. And then as Anderson gets past him, he kind of shoves him in the back. And he doesn't like the call, but it was easy to see. The whole gym could see it because it was out there in the middle of the floor. He just kind of gave him a shove in the back as he got by him. Crosby to Anderson. Anderson looking for Crane. Back in the corner. Anderson, three on the way. Rims around and out, and Etherington taps it out of bounds. Etherington's had a lot where he's tapped, right? He's trying to tap it to himself or tap it somewhere. Without looking at it on a replay or something, I don't know if it's something he can't quite reach him, or you'd almost like to see him, though, go up with both hands and secure that board. He's tapped a lot of them out, but he's also going up against another really big guy, and he's having to reach for a few. Perry picks up his second foul. Next foul on Stansbury will put Green Canyon at the line. Green Canyon has 2 fouls to give. 55 seconds to play in the half. 26-19, Green Canyon. Stansbury, this second quarter has been a response from them. Green Canyon punched him right in the mouth, and Stansbury has come back to make it a ball game. Eight on the shot clock. They go down low to Hinton. He dribbles out of trouble and puts it up and in. Porter Hinton with 6 in the quarter, 8 in the game, and it's a 5-point ball game. Shot clock is off. Perry to Etherington, and Crane holds. Now he finds Erickson. 10 seconds. Perry just about walked. Erickson, 3. Won't go. Gavin Crane, rebound, put back at the buzzer. So the Wolves end the first and second quarter with at the buzzer baskets, and they lead 28-21 as we head to the locker rooms on the game of the week. We're back at Green Canyon High School. Eric Olson along with you as we get ready to start the second half. Green Canyon leads Stansbury 28-21. Stansbury was led by Porter Hinton with 8 points in that first half. Tegan Johnson and Ethan Miller both with 4. 3 for Dallin Jensen, 4 for Ethan Miller. Cash Bodden had a bucket, I missed that one. For Logan Brown's Green Canyon Wolves, Gavin Crane led all scorers, not just for the Wolves, but for the whole game. 11 points in that first half. 8 for Gavin Erickson, all in the first period. 2 for Graydon Wheeler, 4 for Carter Etherington, 3 for Keaton Crosby off the bench. Carter Perry, Josh Bruff played and did not score. Same with Seth Anderson. 5 turnovers for Green Canyon, 4 in that second period to help Stansbury win that quarter 15-8 after Green Canyon got out to a 20-6 lead after the first. In other region games tonight, Skyview and Mountain Crest were tied at 24, low-scoring first half in Hiram, and in Ridgeline leads Bear River at the half 30-24. So Green Canyon came out of the gates throwing haymakers. In the second period, Stansbury started to punch back. Now we'll see how they both settle into this one and how this second half plays out. The first 3 or 4 minutes of this second half, I think, are really important. We'll see which team takes control. Green Canyon trying to trap in the corner. Hinton with 5 on the shot clock. Wheeler tees him up, and they don't get a shot off. Hinton was trying to find his way to the rim. Good defense there by the Wolves, and it's a turnover for Stansbury right out of the gate. Only their third of the game. 7-point Green Canyon lead. They've led by as many as 14. Stansbury has not led. Erickson ran off the 3-point line. Wheeler looking at a 3. Too hard. Rebound hits the deck, and it's picked up by Miller. Miller all the way to the basket. Tegan Johnson has it for a minute, but then Wheeler comes up with it. Crane far side. 3 on the way by Erickson. He's got the range tonight, his third triple of the night, and he has 11, matching Crane for game-high honors. And it's a 10-point lead. Here's a steal by Erickson. Lay it up and in. He took control late in that first quarter and scored 8 straight points as part of an 11-0 run. And he's done the same to start this second half. A foul now on Perry, his third. 1 in each quarter, and Keaton Crosby will replace Perry. Perry didn't like the call and wanted to ask the official about it. Gets rushed to the sideline. 5-second call. Ryder Meyer, just a sophomore in there at 5'8", couldn't get the ball in, and that's 5 turnovers now for Stansbury. 3 in less than 2 minutes to start this second half. Crane shaking, bacon, and then getting it blocked right back into his noggin. Erickson back to Etherington. Mishandles it, turnover Green Canyon. Bodden all the way to the rim. And he has 4 points now in the ballgame. 10-point Green Canyon lead at 33-23. Crane, 3 defenders collapse on him. Etherington with the jumper. Etherington with 6. Johnson alone underneath, has it knocked away. Crosby tries to save it in bounds, and they say it's off of Tegan Johnson. and out of bounds, and it goes back to the Wolves. Johnson gathered himself to go up with it, and just that slight hesitation gave the defense time to get over there, and those pesky little guys, they start swiping at that basketball. Wheeler hands it back to Crane. Green Canyon with the ball and a 12-point lead with 5 minutes to play in the third. Crane reverses course, a Euro step in the corner. Swing it to Wheeler for a three. Too hard. Rebounded out of there by Hinton. Johnson's up ahead. He'll throw it down. No, he'll lay it up and miss it. He didn't have his steps or he would have thrown it down, I'm sure. He just didn't get his steps right. So he tried to finger roll it and it bounced out. And then he fouls on the rebound. Tegan Johnson with three. We mentioned the first 3 or 4 minutes of this third quarter being very important. Green Canyon has outscored Stansbury 7-2 in the first 3.5 minutes of this third period. Miller with the foul. That's the second team foul. Stansbury plays a very aggressive, hands-on type of ball. And they come up with a lot of steals that way. And if they are playing with an officiating crew that lets them go, boy, they are tough. They start calling it tight, and that's tough on them. And the officials have come out in this second half and calling it tighter than the first half. And Cash Bodden just picked up his second, and that's the third team foul. Anderson will replace Erickson. Erickson goes to the bench with 13. Wheeler on the inbounds play. Wheeler with his first bucket since the first quarter, and he has 4 points on the night. Timeout. Stansbury, they're back down by 14. It cut down to just a 5-point game at one point, but now Green Canyon out front again on the game of the week. Well, how hungry are you? Are you a little light in the pocket or the wallet and you don't want to spend a lot of money to deal with your hunger? Well, Wendy's new biggie deals are here at $4, $6, and $8. You pick and choose the deal that's best for you. They've got their $4 Biggie Bites, their $6 Biggie Bag, or their $8 Biggie Bundle. That $8 Biggie Bundle is a couple of sandwiches and a junior fry along with a small drink. Junior fry and nugs with a small drink and a burger in the Biggie Bag, and then a burger and nugs in that $4 Biggie Bites. And you don't have to go get it. Wendy's works with all of those same food delivery services. You can put in your order with them and have Wendy's come to you. All you got to do is walk to the front door. Wendy's Game of the Week sponsor. So Green Canyon's pushed their lead back out to 14, matches their largest lead of the night. Stansbury got down as close as 5 points. They trailed by 7 at the half. It's 37-23 midway through this third period. Meyer hits it back to Jensen. 3 on the way, rims out. Rebound fought for. Bodden had a hold of Gavin Crane's shoulder, and Cash Bodden picks up his third as he and Crane tumble to the floor. They were both fighting for it, but Bodden kind of had his hand on Crane's shoulder, and whether it caused Crane to fall down or not, it looked like it, and so that drew the whistle. Johnson out of the game right now. He's got 3 fouls. And there's another foul on Stansbury. And this one's on Hinton, his second. And that's the 15 foul, so free throws the rest of the way for Green Canyon. Wheeler steps up and hits the first. 3 free throws in the first half for Green Canyon. 3 free throws in the first half for Stansbury. Green Canyon made all 3 of theirs. Stansbury missed all 3 of theirs. Etherington hits both, Wheeler hits both of his free throws. And the 3 on the way and good by Miller. Stansbury is being really aggressive, trying to get back into this game. That's what got him back into the game after the first period. But now they're getting into foul trouble. Meyer picks up his first. And Anderson goes to the line for the first time tonight. Green Canyon by 14 and a chance for their largest lead of the game. They'll check that. They had a 16-point lead a moment ago, so this is their second largest lead of the game. Hinton in the middle. One too many steps. 6th turnover of the evening for Stansbury, 4 in this third period. Hinton got into the middle. He backed in like he was expecting some contact and got that chair pulled out from under him, and he kind of took that extra step. He didn't get the contact that he thought he might get. They stopped the game now. The official on this near side is at the scorer's table. I'm not sure what they're looking at. Whether the shot clock didn't start or now they're changing the game clock and the shot clock. They're running the shot clock. They can't run it down to 25 because it wasn't 10 seconds. There you go, 29, and they changed the game clock. Neither one of them started. Okay, they changed it back to 3:08. So the game clock started, the shot clock didn't. They've run 6 seconds off the shot clock. And now they get the ball in, and both have started. Anderson off his own leg and out of bounds. Oh, they keep it here. It looked like he dribbled it off his own leg, but they said that Bodden knocked it away. Etherington hands it to Anderson, who looks to the bench. Meyer, the sophomore, checks him. Crane, cross court to Anderson. Had to climb the ladder to get it. Bruff looking at a 3. Shot clock violation. He didn't get it off in time. Second turnover of the third quarter for Green Canyon. Their 7th of the night. 2:36 to play in the third period. First period cruised along for the first half. Just flew by. And this third period with a lot of fouls, some turnovers. Here's a steal by Crosby. Hinton tries to get it back and then knocks it out of bounds. Both teams now with 7 turnovers. Crane takes the inbounds pass, works on Hinton. Crosby's there for the screen if he wants, rolls off it. Hinton pokes it away, but Crane gets it back. Now Anderson ends up with it, and his 3 is good. Anderson with 5 in the third, and it's an 18-point ball game. Green Canyon out front. Meyer, 3, rims around and out. Crosby rips down the board. Looking for help, finds it with Anderson. Anderson all the way to the rim, lay it up and in. Didn't give Stansbury's defense time to set up. Says these guys are pesky. We're going to the rim. And it's a 20-point ball game, 46-26. Bodden, fadeaway won't go. Rebound by Crane. Crane to the rack. And one. Crane with 13 and a chance to make it 14. And Green Canyon's blown this one wide open. Only 5 points by Stansbury in this third period. It's a 20-5 third period so far for Green Canyon. They opened this game with a 20-6 first period. We're still looking at the clock. Now we're looking at the clock again. Miller, Johnson, and Bodden all in foul trouble with 3 for Stansbury. Perry has 3 for Green Canyon. Both coaches call their teams over and say, hey, while they're messing around with this, let's talk about it. 35-28. Skyview leads Mountain Crest after 3, so low-scoring third period out there in Hiram. Skyview outscores Mountain Crest 11-4 in the third to take that 7-point lead. A game that was tied at the half. Hey, does your spouse tell you snore? Does he or she tell you, look, you're going to have to go sleep in another bedroom if you don't knock it off? And then you're wondering, what am I going to do about this? I don't know if I want a CPAP. Well, they have these appliances now that you can put in your mouth that can help you with that snoring, and that's not good for your health either. And you know where you can get some of those? You can get it from Aspen Dental of Cache Valley. Yeah, Aspen Dental. You think, what? How does a dentist's office help me with my snoring? Well, those appliances that they make especially for you and fit for you will help with that. Help with your sleep, help with your partner's sleep, and help with your health. And if you just have regular old dental questions or issues, need something done, or looking for a new provider, a new dentist, go see the folks at Aspen Dental. AspenDDS.com. They've got a new patient offer, free initial cosmetic dentistry consultation. $100 value if you're looking for cosmetic dentistry. A free initial consultation. Aspen Dental, a Game of the Week sponsor. All right, Gavin Crane, now they finally got it all figured out. There's 1:22 left in the third. Crane steps to the free throw line. And Green Canyon stays perfect from the line. They are 8 for 8 from the free throw line tonight. Only 3 free throws tonight for Stansbury. And Stansbury's only scored 5 points here in this third quarter. They've been outscored 21-5. Hinton to Jensen. 3 on the way and good. Dallin Jensen averages a dozen a game. He's got half that here as we approach the end of the third period. 49-29. Green Canyon, and to timeout by Logan Brown. Logan Brown and his staff looking dapper tonight on senior night. 5 seniors, 9 minutes and 1 second from walking off their home court for the last time in the regular season with a W. They lead 49-29. We talk about one of our Game of the Week sponsors, Anderson Seed and Garden, all the time, and how they've got great gardening tips and great equipment, great seeds, everything you need for your lawn or garden. Well, you want to know what they've got. You want to be the first to know about their gardening tips and new products and the exclusive offers they have. Go to AndersonSeedandGarden.com and join their mailing list. Yeah, give them your email. You'll get on their mailing list and be the first to know about all their new products, their great tips for your garden, and exclusive offers. Only at AndersonSeedandGarden.com. Erickson in the backcourt. He's made some big shots tonight when his team has needed them. He has 13. Gavin Crane has 14. Crane on the bench right now for the last minute of this third period, getting a little bit of rest. Anderson looking to Etherington down low. Etherington with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Teagan Johnson's back in there with his 3 fouls. And now Porter Hinton picks up his third. And more free throws for Green Canyon. "20-point lead for the Wolves. 38 seconds to play in the third. And Anderson misses the first free throw of the night for Green Canyon. First missed free throw of the night for Green Canyon. Anderson has 7 points, all here in the third. Erickson with 5 in the third, 4 for Wheeler. 3 for Crane, 2 for Etherington. Anderson 1 of 2, 9 of 10 from the free throw line for Green Canyon. Stansbury 0 of 3 at the line. 3 seconds between the shot and game clock. Stansbury down by 21. 3 on the way by Hinton. And it lands. He has 11, 50-32. Stansbury trying to show a little life. 10 seconds. Erickson underneath. There's Perry. Kicks it out to Crosby. He doesn't take the 3. Erickson will. It's off the mark. Rebounded by Stansbury. Firing at the buzzer. Official had his arm up. It would have counted, but it was short. 18-point lead for the Wolves as we head to the fourth. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. KSM Music is a Game of the Week sponsor. Go to their website, ksmmusic.com. That's 2 M's in the middle, KSMMUSIC, and check out what they can offer for you. They offer a little bit of everything. If you are a music lover or have one in your life, or if you want to get started, they have lessons. They have lessons in all sorts of different types of instruments. They do service and repair, the band and orchestra rentals, and pro audio rentals. Carry all the big name brands and all the best brands. KSM Music, a Game of the Week sponsor. Coming into tonight's game, Green Canyon averaging 59.5 points per game on the season, giving up about 49 points. In region play, they score 1 bucket less at 57.5 points per game, but they give up 1 bucket less at 46. They're sitting at 50 points right now. Stansbury averages 60 points a ball game, giving up 59. In region play, they're just about the same. They give up a bucket less in region play, but they still average 60 points. It's a difference of 60.1 and 60.3. Here's Perry to the rim. Johnson recovers. Knocked away, and a jump ball as the defense comes to play for Stansbury on that possession. You say that about the average of these two teams, and it's going to take a miracle, near miracle, for Stansbury to get to their average for the season, because they're sitting at 32. I mean, 28 points isn't out of the realm of possibility. That would take a complete defensive collapse by Green Canyon or just unreal shooting. Erickson trying to chase down Jensen. Jensen firing from three, won't go. Rebound fought for and saved. Teagan Johnson has it. Back in the corner, Hinton. 3 3-pointers for Stansbury in that third period. It was an 11-point third. And Carter Etherington picks up his second foul. And that's 2 team fouls right out of the gate. For Green Canyon, we've played 36 seconds in this fourth quarter. Miller raises, fires, and hits. And we got a whistle and a foul. Shot's good. And a foul on Wheeler. Fighting for position. That's his third. Miller with 9. Shot won't go. Etherington collects the board. 50-34. Green Canyon leading by 16. Wheeler back to Crosby. Green Canyon playing catch around the perimeter with it. Erickson goes right at the big guy. And Johnson ends up with it. Erickson nearly takes it away from Jensen. 6:50 to play in the ball game. A 16-point lead for Green Canyon. Stansbury clawed back into it in the second period after a big first period by Green Canyon. See if they can make the Wolves sweat. Hinton gives it over to Johnson, who loses it out of bounds. 8 turnovers for Stansbury now. Green Canyon with 3 fouls already here in this fourth period. So that's something for them to watch. You don't want to be giving up points with the clock stop. And timeout called by Logan Brown and the Green Canyon coaching staff. 6:22 to play in the ball game. 50-34. Green Canyon trying to bring it home. Well, everywhere you go has a rewards club these days, right? Buy some of these, you'll get one of those. Buy enough of that, and you'll get some of this. You know what a great rewards club is the one at the Old Grist Mill. You just join the club, and you get one of their free cookies. Now that's worth it right there. You ever had the cookies at the Old Grist Mill? I love the oatmeal raisin ones, and the great thing about that is nobody else seems to like oatmeal raisin, which means I get to have them all for myself, and it shows. But you get a free cookie just by joining their rewards club, and then you rack up the rewards as you purchase from there, and who doesn't love a nice freshly made sandwich at the Old Grist Mill, or some of their fresh bread? They've got it all. The Old Grist Mill, a Game of the Week sponsor. Green Canyon trying to put this ball game away. Erickson 3 is short. Rebound grabbed by Jensen. Stansbury trying to stay alive. Jensen down the lane. Left-hand layup blocked by Etherington. He recovered and came over to help. Knocked away from Erickson. He's in the backcourt, and they got to get it across the timeline. Etherington gives it off to Crosby. He and Johnson end up on the floor. Gavin Crane skies in, trying to draw the foul. was Miller. But they call the foul on Ethan Miller. His fourth. That's a shooting foul, so Crane goes to the line for 2. Five for 5 from the free throw line tonight for Gavin Crane. He's got 16 points after he makes his second one. Crane goes for the steal. Hinton spins out of trouble. Hinton, Euro step. Etherington swats it away. And then he comes up with it. Crane to the rack. Recovery by Johnson. It goes out of bounds off of 53. But Crane looked like he'd blown right past him. And Johnson turned the other way, took one big step and caught up and blocked Crane at the rim. You won't see that very often. Crane elevates. Anderson, 3 ball. Got it! Seth Anderson with a big second half. He's got 10 all in this second half, and it's back out to a 21-point lead for Green Canyon. Jensen answers at the other end. Dallin Jensen with 9, 3 triples for number 2. 17-point Green Canyon lead, 5:04 to play in regulation. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Well, we mentioned that tonight is senior night for Green Canyon, the last regular season home game. They will close out their season at Bear River next Wednesday, then at Deseret Peak next Friday. Stansbury has Tooele and Bear River coming up on their schedule next. And who do we have for the game of the week on the Valley Channel next week to close out the regular season? Oh, it's a big one. Ridgeline and Skyview. Ridgeline trying to catch up to Skyview. That could be a game that Ridgeline, if they could get a win, maybe they get a piece of that region title. Skyview wanting to just take it all on their own. Then the playoffs are the week after that. Keep your eye on our Facebook page and on our X account, Valley Channel. And what's that Facebook page one? Valley Channel. I love Cache Valley Sports. Just look for the Valley Channel on the Facebook page, and you'll find out which home playoff game we'll be covering. Next break, we'll talk a little bit about the playoffs and the RPI. Anderson looking at a 3. This one's short. Ball on the floor. He kicked it, and we're going the other way. Wesley Kellogg into the ball game for the first time for Stansbury. Now he comes out, and Tegan Johnson comes back in. They didn't want Johnson to take that 4th foul, and here's Erickson putting his body into Jensen. And Gavin Erickson picks up the foul, his first team foul, 4:44. Faux to play. If you're an old basketball guy, you'll know what I just meant. Faux. If you're not an old basketball guy, go ask your dad. A kick by Wheeler out of bounds. 4.5 to play. 55-37. Green Canyon by 18. They lob it into Johnson, and on the inbounds, they're saying that Etherington held him. And for Etherington, his 3rd, and that's 2 free throws coming for Tegan Johnson. You saw Johnson shoot a free throw in the first half. As great as he is at rebounding, he doesn't have a great free throw form, and he gets that one. I mean, he tossed that one. I mean, the way he shoots it, he looks like he's throwing darts at a target. He got the first one, he got the second one. The first one that he shot in that second period, he missed badly. And you can't argue with results, though, can you? So Johnson hits 2 free throws. He has 6 points. And it's a 16-point lead for Green Canyon. Etherington gets down low, has it knocked away by Jensen. He tries to save it inbounds, and it bounces off of his teammate Kellogg. 22 on the shot clock. Etherington looks down low. Kellogg knocks it away, steps on the end line as he tries to save it back in bounds. 18 on the shot clock, 4:12 on the game clock. Erickson to Wheeler. His three, short. He hit the deck trying to draw the foul. No joy. And now Stansbury trying to cut into that lead. Myers three, short. Rebound on the floor. Etherington tracks it down, and they blow the whistle. And they call it on Kellogg. Tyler Austin gets the big cheer. The senior, number 5, checking into the ball game for the first time tonight. He's the only one of those 5 seniors that hadn't played yet tonight. He's into the ball game now with 3:50 to play and a 16-point ball game. Etherington in the corner to Erickson. 3 on the way. That may have been the dagger, but he misses with it. Shoots it long. Bodden, free throw line jumper. He misses it short. Out of bounds. Green Canyon ball. And Wheeler kind of going after Kellogg, and the official steps in and tells him to calm down. Austin's 3, rims around and out. Rebound by Etherington, leaves it short. Johnson's not in there. He's on the bench because of foul trouble. Here's Meyer. Lets everybody run by, misses. Etherington comes up with it. Crane down the middle. And one official is going to call it out of bounds. The other official is going to call a foul, I believe, on Bodden. Starting to get a little bit chippy. Oh, they call it on Hinton. That's his 4th. Crane to Wheeler. Wheeler fires away. Won't go. Rebound by Bodden. He has it knocked away by Austin. Austin fighting for it, and the crowd loves it. But Jensen comes up with it. And Coach Daystrip from Stansbury wants a timeout. Things getting a little ragged as we come down the stretch here. Green Canyon sitting on a 16-point lead, 55-39. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Well, coming into tonight's game, and you look at the all-important RPI, all-important at least for playoff seeding. Skyview sitting at number 10. They beat Mountain Crest tonight 54-46, so their RPI number should do nothing but improve. So they're sitting at 10, Ridgeline's at 12, Green Canyon at 15, Mountain Crest at 16, Logan's 14 in 3A. Your top 10 in the RPI is Provo, Pineview, Dixie, Crimson Cliffs, Cottonwood, Juan Diego, East Hurricane, Snow Canyon, and then Skyview. The top 8 get a bye on that first week of the playoffs, and then a home game on Friday night the 13th. Jensen's 3 won't go. Rebound fought for Hinton and Wheeler, and it stays here. Seeds 9 through 16 get a home game on the 10th when the playoffs start. Lob it in to Johnson. He's bumped. And he puts it up and in. Tegan Johnson with 8 and a free throw coming. He's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Etherington just picked up his 4th. Johnson misses that one a little too hard. Etherington finds Austin. Taken away. And then Austin gets it back. Man, I don't know if Austin's running for mayor or something, but when they introduced him at senior night, he got a huge ovation. And every time he touches the ball, the crowd wants him to shoot. He hasn't seen a lot of playing time this year. But the student body clearly loves him. They've got 6 guys with his name and number painted on their chest over there in the student section at the top. Tyler Austin. 1:51 to play in regulation. Stansbury with the ball. 9th turnover by Green Canyon. Miller scoops it up too hard. Austin picks up the foul. Go back to that RPI and the playoffs. The semis are the 20th of February at Weber State. The finals on the 21st, 4:30 p.m. for that one. As Miller makes the free throw, one more coming. Hits them both. He's got 11. I asked Coach Logan Brown about 4A and how I've heard other coaches say how wide open it is. He said it is. It's wide open. It's exciting. You don't see it this often where there's no real clear-cut favorite. He said there's probably 18 teams that could make some noise in the playoffs this year. Green Canyon just trying to get out of here with one. They're up by 12. They've led by as many as 21. Crane will go to the line. There's 1:23 to play in the ball game. Austin's going to come back into the ball game. Can you tell? He's going to come in for Anderson.
Checking back in for the Wolves.
Eight for 8 for Crane from the line tonight. He's got 19 points. So just 1 point shy of his average. He's taken out by a big screen from Tegan Johnson. Here's Miller going to work. Misses it. Johnson rebound, put it in. Etherington's just fouled out. Ball didn't go. Johnson will go to the line. So for Etherington, that's 5. Still 1:10 to play. It's a 14-point ball game. Keaton Crosby's going to check in. Etherington will head to the bench. He goes with 6 points. There's Tyler Austin's fan club right there. They got his name, his number on their chest. Holy cow. Johnson's free throw up and good. Again, there's that unorthodox shooting style, but he's hit 3 of 5 free throws with it. That one's on a rope. Like Hot Rod used to say, you could hang your wash on it. He's 4 of 6 from the line. He's got 10 points. It's a 12-point ball game. Erickson against pressure, loses it. That's turnover. 10 turnovers now for Green Canyon. It has not been pretty coming down the stretch. Green Canyon was up by 21 at one point. They're by 12 now. But the clock is Green Canyon's friend. We're under a minute to play. Jensen's looking for a three. He's their three-point specialist, and they know it as they dog him. Bodden, short. Crane with a rebound. He's got Wheeler on the run out. He decides just to slow it down and bring it across himself, and then over and back on Crane. So another turnover. It's the 11th. Timeout Stansbury, 57-45. Green Canyon leads by 12. Stansbury's ball with 37.5 seconds to play. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. We talked about some of the stats needed by some of these players to climb up their school records for the best in a season. Crane needed 4 points for fourth place all-time best season. 44 for third. Well, he's got 19 tonight. So he's now in fourth place, and math is hard. So he needs 25 points now to get up to third place. He'd need 100, well, coming into the night, he'd need 185 for first place. Jude Haig had that. Stansbury's got some guys of their own. Dallin Jensen is fifth in 4A in threes. Tegan Johnson, number 1 in rebounds. Jensen, number 2 in steals, and Johnson number 3 in blocks. We've seen Johnson block a couple tonight. I don't keep the rebound stats. Too fast and furious to be looking down doing that. Hinton needs 75 points to have the best scoring season by one of the Stallions. Miller fouls Erickson, who stole it, and then he'll go to the line. For Miller, I believe that's 5. Stansbury's won this quarter 13-7, now 13-8. Erickson with 14. He averages 13 a game. Stansbury pulling their guys, so's Green Canyon. Crane's still out there. And Erickson, he's shooting the free throws. Griff Blouse on the free throw line. Crane tips it in, and the official out, the scorer's table says, no, that's a goaltend. So Erickson takes a seat, Crane takes a seat. They give him a chance for some applause here. Shot clock's off, 30 seconds left. Three on the way by Jensen, won't go. Rebounded out of there by Drage Briggs. Blau brings it across the timeline. Austin's three, won't go. Briggs with the board. See if they go back to Austin. They do. He's looking for a shot. Gets to the rim, puts it up, misses. And that's going to do it. 58-45. Green Canyon gets the win over Stansbury. The Wolves improve to 8-4 in region play. 14-7 overall. Stansbury drops to 5-7. 8-13 on the season. Next week, we'll be in Smithfield at Skyview in a big one in Region 11, the last regular season game of the season. Ridgeline at Skyview next week. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.